Hi everyone. So recently, a lot of people in the J2 community have been accusing my friend Cycrostic of exploiting tower elongated runs and a bunch of other towers with some quote-unquote damning evidence, which I'm just gonna say real quick, it's not. It's almost baseless, and some things are just flat out wrong. So I'm gonna compile all the evidence against him, the counter evidence, whatever you call it, and hopefully J-Toe discussion does not become an absolute idiot again and start listening to this. So the first bit of evidence we have is this video right here, where Cycrostic is seemingly no clipping through the wall. Before that, he does a laugh emote. This is what is called a lag laugh clip, which I do have a video of somebody else doing it right in front of me and what it looks like on my screen, which it looks like the exact same thing. I'm not looking at the video right now, but I'm just telling you, you can probably see by the screen that it is basically identical. So it's a lag live clip. That's the first thing debunked automatically. Now on to the next evidence. Now the first time I saw this looked pretty damning. You can see Cycrostic floating in the air, and then having trail mix equipped, then unequipping it, and then just teleporting onto a platform. Now this looks very interesting, but there is evidence to debunk it, which I will show now. So FunWolf here says that the server interpolates your movements when they replicate, which is what causes players to move to another location instead of just teleporting to it. And the client tries to figure out movements of parts it doesn't have network ownership of. An example which he gives is when someone rolls on a ball, they sometimes rotate with the ball, causing weird effect, and sometimes the player getting flung on your screen, and sometimes no clipping through the blocks. Now, FunWolf, Mr. FunWolf7 here, knows what he's talking about if you've seen what he's made. He's the most qualified to talk about this. And if you're going to go against him, then be a professional scripter instead of just saying, nah, I don't believe that. Because I've seen a lot of people do that. So this person right here provides a couple things that is evidence, which I'm just going to say off the bat is basically just not even evidence. So what they say is that they only record right before they're going to fail. I can easily explain that. They either record every time they get far and don't publish when they actually when they fail for the next time because they've already failed it. That's not really any more progress. And plus, they might only record the first time they get there and then not record until they get further than that, which a lot of people do that. A lot of people do those two things. And they say that they struggle to do Toffin, then suddenly do Tower within a few days, which I'm just going to say off the bat, that is not true. He did not jump from Toffin to Tower in just a few days. That was a gap of at least 2 months. So off the bat, that's not true. And if they were saying that they did Tower in a few days, it took them 2.5 weeks, not a few days. And they said with 60 FPS because he struggled a bit with the FPS cap before, but then got used to it. And they said they were also seen not being able to do 1-4 Tower. That is called getting good at something eventually because of practice and experience, which is probably a foreign concept for this guy. And he said that he was also an uncapped FPS user who couldn't do 7 Tower with it at the time. So, quote unquote, there's no way they randomly became this good with 60 FPS. You could put that evidence against me because I jumped from Toffin with FPS Unlocker all the way to TOGF without FPS Unlocker, a fluke from 6 even, which I'm surprised that people are suspicious of him and not me, of whatever. And they say they also have a powerful PC as quote unquote as shown with the uncapped FPS, so there's no reason for them to not upload the footage or record it. Which recording still lags you. It gives you lag spikes. Even with me, I sometimes get lag spikes on my $5,000 computer, which that isn't a valid argument. And they were saying that, and he said that it was suspicious that he was on floor 10 of Tower for 40 minutes and quote unquote we're really struggling. He was taking his time. I was in a VC with him. I streamed it. Like, come on. And he said it's kind of suspicious because 10 is easy compared to 5 to 9. It's called taking time. he took his time a lot because her nerves really get to him, and that is why he basically first tried 410. So that's a lot of basically baseless accusations because they got a lot of stuff wrong with those accusations, and even if they were true, that still isn't good enough evidence. That's not clear evidence of somebody exploiting at all. It could be an insane skill boost because I got multiple of those. They can happen randomly. Maybe they were doing a bunch of secret hobbies and then came back to here and then just got really good. There's many explanations to why a massive skill boost that they're claiming is realistic or possible. Now, the next quote unquote evidence is him double jumping, which I do not have the video of, but from what I heard from multiple people, it looked like he was rubber banding, sort of, and kind of just teleporting. Which, from how they described it exactly, it looks like a lag high jump from a different player's perspective, which I have a video of this, of somebody else doing a lag high jump, and from what people say, it looks similar. So, yeah. So that's disproven. And they were accusing of his COI run also being faked because he's quote unquote exploiting. Thing is though, a lot of people actually saw his run from start to finish and he was legit. I saw a lot of his run and he was legit. And yeah, he's legit. Like, all of this evidence can easily be disproven. Even Jukris doesn't believe it. So hopefully this convinced you that he's legit because he is. I've seen him. So yeah.